Hey folks, welcome to another edition of PlayBranson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. And on today's show, we have Brandon Mabe, third generation of the Mabe family over at the Baldknobbers, Branson's famous theater. And so we're looking forward to talking to Brandon today. Still time to come to Branson and see the shows, hit the attractions, go through the Christmas light drive-thrus, go out to Silver Dollar City, see their 6.5 million lights. And this is a great time of year. And more than likely, maybe you haven't been to Branson yet. This is a great time to get the trip in before the end of the year. I know we'd really appreciate it here in Branson if you would come. Here's some facts about Christmas that are kind of interesting. Did you know there's 1.5 million fruitcakes are sold each year? You realize, though, that's less than 1% of people in the United States buying and getting fruitcakes. So not very many people actually are getting fruitcakes. If you would like a fruitcake, you can get them from College of the Ozarks, and they'd be happy to send them all over the country for you, and they make them there at the college. Each year, approximately 22 million turkeys are eaten in the United States. Now, I don't know if that's just at Christmas or all year, but I'm kind of thinking that's just at Christmas, but that's not in my notes. And here's something that's really interesting. One can eat more than 7,000 calories at Christmas when you add up the turkey, the dressing, the mashed potatoes, the sweet potatoes, the other side, the pies, the rolls, and drinks. And then that's why everybody sets the New Year's resolution to lose all the weight. That's a lot of calories, 7,000 calories. Folks, if you haven't been to Branson, you gotta come, and we're gonna be back in just a moment with Brandon Mabe.
The Christmas season is a perfect time for family traditions. Branson's Lights of Joy, Branson's all-LED Christmas display drive-thru is a great way to create those lasting Christmas memories. Discover over 250 Christmas displays in an amazing drive-thru tunnel with state-of-the-art lighting. Branson's Lights of Joy is located just north of Sight and Sound Theater on Expressway Lane, open nightly through January 2nd. Santa loves these lights and will be there on select nights. Visit lightsofjoydrivethru.com for more info and to book online.
Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson, and today on the show we have Brandon Mabe. And so Brandon, it's good to have you back.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here.
It's been, I went back and researched, and it's been over 3 years, and I couldn't believe that. And I've texted you or like messaged you many times, and you're always busy.
Oh man.
And so
always something going on.
Always something going on. So anyway, but it's good to have you back.
I appreciate it. Glad to be here. Yeah.
And so this is the first time we've had this display, and so here you are back here on a picture of you. So if anybody wants to know who that is, it's this guy right here. So anyway, we're trying something new and different.
Yeah, no, I like it. Yeah. All looks good.
Yeah, so trying to show people the diversity of Branson's entertainment. So take us back, and how did you get into this business?
Oh my goodness. Well, my grandparents started the show back in 1959. My great uncles, my grandparents. So 61 years. Wow. Baldknobbers has been a part of my family. So really, I guess I was just kind of born into it. You know, halfway through that I don't know, the career path of the Baldknobbers. I've been doing it now for about 15 years on stage myself. My wife entertains with me, and we got a cast of great entertainers, and we put on a good show. At least we try to for everybody.
Yeah. So when you were growing up, did you ever like go out on stage growing up, or did you, was that in your thought process?
Well, my first, I should say my debut in the entertainment was as a child writing a letter to Santa Claus.
Okay.
That's honest to God how I got on stage. I was probably about 11 years old, and we did this little skit during our Christmas show where Bob Leftridge would recite this poem. And it was about a kid writing a letter to Santa Claus, and I was at my school desk, and I was writing my letter to Santa Claus, and pretty much every grandchild got to do that whenever they reached a certain age. And then, it was 11 years or 10 years later until I finally got on stage, as a vocalist, as an entertainer. But that was my first taste of the stage.
So when you were growing up, were you doing any kind of like musical lessons or anything of that sort?
No, my mom's dad, my grandpa Lowell, is the one that taught me how to play guitar and things like that. So, and then my father helped teach me to play guitar as well, because he used to play guitar on stage prior to him being Drooper George Jr. So I got a little bit of that, from home and playing the guitar and singing. But honestly, I was so into sports. Until I realized I wasn't going to grow anymore. I thought I was going to be in the NBA. Didn't work out, So But
That's funny.
so seriously, I was in college playing basketball. I played at Evangel University here in Springfield, basketball and golf. And I started taking my guitar on road trips, and I'd play the guitar for the guys, and we traveled with the girls team as well, and I'd sing songs, and I don't know, I just started enjoying it again, and by my senior year, I was on stage with my cousins and the rest of my family. So.
Wow. So you went to college not thinking you were going to be in the entertainment business.
Well, I mean, I always loved it, don't get me wrong, but I didn't really know what that path would be. I had a passion for Baldknobbers, always loved it, and I thought it would always be cool to do it, but I didn't know that I had the nerve at that point to do it. And I kind of just gained a little bit of confidence performing for my teammates. And I say performing, I just like literally sang on the bus.
They're probably tough critics.
Well, I mean, you know, they were all right.
Yeah.
But no, it was odd. I just got more confidence, and I started singing with my cousins, Denton and Garrett. They're who I came on stage with. So Dennis's boys, Dennis Mabe. And we came on together, and I guess the rest is history. But yeah, that's kind of how it all came to be.
And so now today, you are kind of the show producer, marketer.
Yep.
You're the head honcho.
I do. I kind of try to put the best show that I can together. Got a lot of help, like I said, from my wife and a great cast that we have. Very talented individuals that put in their input and ideas for the show, and we come together and put together what you see on stage now. So
yeah, and so since the last 3 years since you and I talked, you've moved theaters, I think, right? As
Yep.
in the last 3, and so you're now at what you call the Branson Famous Theater.
Yep, that's right.
But the legacy of the Baldknobbers continues, and you did a show. I think it was last year, your 60th anniversary show, and all these people came back, and I went to it, and. Boy, there was a lot of history there.
Oh, it was fun.
It was fun.
And it was kind of crazy. All these entertainers were the people that I looked up to as I was a child growing up. And here I am on the stage emceeing that show and introducing them to everybody and bringing them back. It was kind of surreal. You know, Gene Dove, Bob Leftridge, Ed Snowden, Tammy and Tanya. There's so many different entertainers. Kelly Smith came back and sang. Who else was on the stage that night? I can't remember. I'm forgetting some of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
But it was amazing. Of course, Bob Mabe, which was one of the originals, the only original brother that still is alive, he was there that night, and he got to come on stage at the very end. And just a lot of family, a lot of great entertainers from the past.
Tell people how the Baldknobbers themselves kind of got started in Branson.
Well, yeah. So my grandpa and my great uncles, they started performing for fishermen that were coming off of the lake at night. You know, pie suppers, things like that. They were known as the Mabe brothers. My grandpa, my great grandfather was a preacher, and of course the brothers also sang in church and did all that kind of stuff. But they came together, decided they wanted to start a show, and who would have thought back in 1959 performing down at the lakefront that it would turn into what Branson is today? So it's kind of crazy. Just
for a business to last over 60 years, or even a show, or whatever you want to call it. Like, that doesn't happen very often.
Well, no, not very often. Lee Mace up in Lake of the Ozarks, I believe they were around for about 60 years as well. But, you know, bottom line is it takes dedication, obviously hard work, and a passion for the entertainment industry to want to continue to go out and do it. But, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I truly enjoy what I do.
Yeah. We're going to stop right here, and we'll be back in just a minute with more with Brandon Mabe.
Hey everybody, this is Brandon Mabe from Branson's Famous Baldknobbers. We're celebrating 60 years of Mabe family entertainment right here in Branson, and we would love to have you as our guests. This year's show is even bigger and better than ever. Each performance features some of Branson's most talented vocalists, musicians, and comedians. It's a perfect blend of country music, gospel music, patriotic salutes, and comedy that will keep you at the edge of your seat and roaring with laughter all night long. Don't miss your chance to experience a Branson family entertainment legacy. Branson's Famous Baldknobbers. If you thought the first 60 years were great, trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. We are talking here to Brandon Mabe, MC, host, entertainer, singer, guitar player, right? You're all sorts
Well,
of
I can
things.
play a little bit, yeah. Luckily, I got a band that covers that part for me.
So let's talk about the show this year. And obviously, you guys were shut down like everybody else. And, it's just been a tough year for the entertainment industry. But tell people about the show if they've never seen it. What can they expect? And
Oh, man. Well, it changes every year, We're country music, comedy primarily, of course. We have a lot of gospel music in the show, a little bit of rock, a little bit of patriotic music, things like that, of course, always paying tribute to our veterans. So the foundation is still very similar to what they've done, Baldknobbers for a number of years, but we've updated and evolved and tried to put on a show that's current for people that are my age, younger, as well as the seniors that come to town. A good variety. We got a lot of new faces. So if you've not seen us in the last 3 or 4 years, our whole cast is basically different right now. So Shane Van Camp joined us. He's out of Nashville, Tennessee. He joined us a couple years ago. Ashley Dawn, you've interviewed both Shane and Ashley.
Shane and Ashley. In fact, we interviewed Ashley right before
she joined us
because we were like, she's an up and comer.
Oh man,
and
she's
then,
great.
then I think you hired her after she was on the show. Nah.
That's the reason. Always watch this show to find the new talent coming to Branson. But and then Dan Keaton, who you also interviewed, he's a gospel music Hall of Famer, and he, big part of our gospel show we do on Wednesdays, but he's also a part of our show at night as well. And then we got the band, of course myself and my wife that sing on stage and entertain as well. But we got the band, Greg Moody, been around Branson a lot of years, plays every instrument on stage, sings some songs on stage for us too. Josh Gabriel, of course, Doug Gabriel. They've been in Branson for a number of years. They're at our theater, actually, so come see Doug Gabriel as well. But Josh plays the drums for us. Grant Moody, Greg's son, plays lead guitar. He's played the drums, the bass guitar, all those instruments for us as well when we're in a bind. Very talented. Randy McConnell, he's been around Branson a long time again. One of the best bass guitar players in Branson. Nathan Agdepas, our band leader and our fiddle player, also plays acoustic guitar. And then Lance Conk is on the keyboard. And fantastic keyboard player. Come up with some great renditions of songs and things of that nature. So really talented group. We're proud of all of them. They all add a certain piece to the puzzle that just makes us, who we are and helps us to continue to grow. And then Hargus Marcel's, they're keeping everybody laughing every night. So doing his antics.
So from a the way the show flows, like it's a typical, what I would call a typical Branson show where there are comedy bits throughout the show, and then you guys are doing different types of music throughout the show as well. And that's kind of what makes, and then like a Branson show, if someone were trying to define it, like it's kind of that where you have the MC and then the, different featured entertainers.
It is, yeah. It's a variety of a lot of things. Obviously, it's kind of like a country music concert, but yet it has all these different levels of variety for people. Like you're saying, it breaks out into the comedy, or we're going to stop and tell a story about somebody in the cast. And we do have little things that we like to bring the people into our lives a little bit more. So we have videos that kind of tell backstories of our lives. And, it's kind of fun. Just makes the audience a part of the show,
Yeah. So what was it like just going through COVID as an entertainer?
Oh yeah, COVID again. Well, it was kind of depressing because we were stuck at home all the time. We weren't deemed essential, when it was that time.
Someone else told me that the other day too. They were like, as entertainers, we weren't deemed essential.
No, so we sang a lot online is what we did. We put some videos up there and did some things. And it was nice, don't get me wrong. We live such a fast-paced life nowadays. Every now and then, it's kind of nice to take a step back. I wish it was for different reasons than COVID. But we were ready to get back at it. We were off from March 16th or 17th, and we didn't open back up until June 5th.
Yeah.
So it's
a long time.
It was a long time, yeah. And then since then, of course, it's, I wouldn't call it a normal year at all. But, we're lucky to be out there entertaining for people, and the people that are willing to come to Branson and see our shows, we're going to put on a good show for you.
Yeah. And so besides your show, you mentioned Doug Gabriel.
Yep.
But you also have Reza.
We have Reza, yes.
And then and he's a magician, but even you guys are doing different shows now as well.
Yeah.
Or I think you are. So tell a little bit about that.
I will, yeah. So Reza, first of all, he is fantastic. One of the best illusionists you're ever going to see. So if you get a chance, you got a young family, you want to get out and see a great magic show, Reza's top notch. And I guarantee he'll amaze you. So come see him. He's there all the time. He has night shows and matinee shows.
Okay.
We do have our Baldknobbers gospel show, and we've not done it very often this year because of everything going on. But we've done a couple.
Okay.
And we look forward to bringing that as a full schedule show again next year for our gospel show. That's typically Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. And then we have a Baldknobbers vintage show that we didn't actually get to open this year. We were going to open it up this fall. So that's going to have to be delayed till 2021 as well.
Okay.
But that's going to be kind of like taking a leap back to the past. And we're going to do a lot of the songs and things that they used to do back in the 60s, 70s, 80s of the Baldknobber years. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that one didn't happen, but you did the main Baldknobbers
That's right.
show.
And that'll typically be on Thursdays at 2 o'clock in the fall is when the vintage show will happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know when you're going to start up for 2021 yet?
March, somewhere that first weekend in March.
Okay.
Yep.
So I know this time of year, it's sometimes everybody's trying to figure out their schedules and their calendars and what they're going to do. And this year it probably even makes it tougher, trying to figure it out. So.
It is, but we have every reason to believe that 2021 is going to be a fantastic year.
Yeah.
Really, we're hoping for it, and we believe that a lot of people are going to be ready to get out and see some great entertainment, and what better place than come to Branson?
I totally agree with you. And the thing even this year that a lot of places haven't been having live entertainment, and so this is one of the few places people have been able to come for those that want. And,
Right.
and I've always just said if people just quit watching the news, that'd be half the battle, because the news can make you depressed.
It can,
And
yeah.
if you watch it every day and that's all you do, you're just be scared and like, I can't leave my house.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of good news in the news anymore.
No.
So, there's things in the world that we all need to be concerned with and look out for. But, take some responsibility upon yourself, get out and enjoy life. And that's for everybody to decide. But we're there.
Right.
If they want to come out for some entertainment, we would love to have them.
Yeah. So let's talk about fourth generation quickly, Baldknobbers, because you've got some kids.
I do.
And so my question is, are they interested in the entertainment business? Or
It depends on which day you talk to them. So my oldest son, Broden, he thinks he's going to be a professional athlete just like I did. Now, he's very talented, and all of my kids are. But he's looking for the MLB. He thinks he's going to the majors. And he is very, very talented. And I hope he does, because that's a great retirement plan.
Yes, yes.
Son, if you're watching, take care of Daddy. But no, so I got 4 kids, Broden, Jalen, Carter, and Wyatt. Carter and Wyatt are twins. Carter's into soccer and they play football. Wyatt plays football, baseball, basketball. Carter also plays basketball. He's big in soccer though, Carter is. And Wyatt's just kind of happy-go-lucky. Whatever comes to mind to him, he's gonna just, oh yeah, sure, I'll try this, I'll try that. Very talented though, again, but not as competitive probably as his other siblings. And then my daughter Jalen, she's been on stage a couple times singing.
Okay.
Very talented, but it's not the cool thing at the moment. She's just about 13 years old, and it's not quite the cool thing yet.
Okay. So we're gonna have to. Here's what I hear you say.
We're gonna try to get them going, but
we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too: is when people talk about like generations, the longer you go into generations, the harder it is to keep them, so to say, in the family business. And so for you guys to make it even 3 generations in 60 years, you beat the odds.
Yeah, we're trying.
You beat the odds.
My oldest
60
son
plus.
actually works at the theater now.
Okay.
He does spotlight and stuff like that. So
you're getting him started.
he can be in the majors and still sing on stage. Why not? In between
There we
road
go.
trips. I mean,
There we
that's no
go.
reason for that.
There we go.
I'd love to have all of them, but hey, they got their own path, and God will guide them down the right path. So.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to finishing out the year, so folks can still, like, when do you guys, like, how long does your show go in 2020?
We go through December 30th, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
can this will air on December 3rd. So there'll still be time to catch the 2020 show, and then you guys will be back in 2021, the first part of March.
That's right.
And so, folks, there's still time to come to Branson this year. Be sure to go check out the Baldknobbers and have I'd say a rockin' country time.
That's right. No. Any entertainment needs, I'm sure we can find some kind of fix for you. So come out to see us.
There we go. Thank you, Brandon. We'll be back in just a minute with more.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, we're fixing to wrap up the show today, but before we close the show out, I just want to remind you we have our PlayBranson magazine out on the newsstands. This is a great resource tool for you to know really everything that's going on in Branson. Of course, we talk about shows, we talk about the attractions in here, the lakes, the golf, the shopping, everything is in this magazine. It's a free magazine. You'll find it on probably about 100 racks around Branson. So go check it out. That's the PlayBranson magazine. You'll find the Duttons on the cover of that. Once again, there is still time to come to Branson. If you need help planning your Christmas vacation to Branson, you can go to the folks at iBranson.com and they can help plan your vacation. You can do it online and you can buy it all any time of day or night, or you can call those folks at 1-877-ENTERTAIN and they will help you plan your Christmas trip to Branson. If you didn't know this, Branson over the years has gotten numerous accolades as being one of the top Christmas vacation destinations in the country. We have 3 Christmas light drive-thrus. We have Silver Dollar City with 6.5 million lights. We have tons of Christmas shows or shows that do part of a regular show, part of a Christmas show. You have the Polar Bear Express train, where a lot of people ride the train with their pajamas. And so there's just so many different Christmas experiences that you can have in Branson. You need to come, and there's still time to do it. And folks, thanks for watching. Be sure to go to our Facebook page, check it out, like us, tell us who you want to see here in the future. Thanks for supporting live entertainment in Branson, Missouri. We'll be back next week.